It's always time. I kind of want that. Hello everyone, welcome to Average Joe Watch Reviews, where we do more than just reviews. Today, we are looking at the Accurist Panda. And these are watches that you can only get overseas at the moment. Accurist does not sell in the United States, so I am very privileged to own this particular piece. And this one actually comes in from Adrian Sales from Somewhere in Time. Just hit the 500 subscriber mark. Congratulations, buddy. Please go over there and subscribe to him. I'm going to put a link to his channel down below. Definitely some great content, and most importantly, just a really, really humble and true friend. So I want to thank him so much for gifting me this watch. I loved it when he had a review of it. I'll actually put a link to his review as well down below so you can take a look at his. So before we get into it, I always like to talk to and say hello to my co-host Bob Ross.
Anything we don't like, we'll turn it into a happy little tree or something. Because as you know, we don't make mistakes. We just have happy accidents.
You got that right, buddy. And beautiful, beautiful trees indeed here. Love this painting. Nice work as always. Thanks for joining us today. So let's dive into the review of the Accurist Panda. And the reason why I have this strap here is because this is the strap that the watch came on. And as you can see, it's got the Accurist logo on the buckle, and the buckle's actually done very nicely. You can see it's brushed, and it's actually made of stainless, and it even says stainless right there. It's got the Accurist name written there, and these are not quick release, and you also have genuine leather, and this is actually like a contrast of the outside, and you also have contrast stitching. This is like a brown, like a dark brown, and I don't know, I don't really feel like it goes very well with the watch, so I just put this in my bin. But I wanted to show you guys what the watch came with, so I'll put that aside. I actually opted for the Artem strap, so I actually think that this one really makes the watch pop. Sailcloth with the padding, contrast white stitching, and of course their patented, beautifully done buckle with the brushing and polishing. Really makes the watch look nice. And quite frankly, and I know you guys are gonna roast me down below, but look, your watch, do what you want, right? These are $90 plus straps, right? This is only right around $60 watch, $65. So the strap actually outprices the watch, but I have to admit that it does make this watch look more premium. So hey, do what you love and love what you do, guys. That's what I say. So let's take a look at the watch itself. As you can see, the dial has a lot of depth to it. I like how the sub dials are actually they take a step down below the dial, and that's a really nice touch, especially on a watch at this price point. You also see a lot of depth with the candlestick markers. You can see that they're made of metal. I don't know what kind of metal, but they are indeed raised, and you can see that they're individually applied, and they actually have a pretty good thickness to them, and it just adds to the thickness. So very, very nicely done. Now, I love the second hand on this. It's a contrast. It's done in black, and you've got the white arrow, and that is actually filled with lume along with the hands, and I just think it's just done really nicely. So your stopwatch function is actually, you're going to be looking at the sub dials. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and just set the time to a different time so that we could take a better look at the stopwatch. And as you can see, your seconds are now running. You stop it at the top. Now, let's see, does this have lap time? Let's take a look. It did stop. Give it a couple seconds, and then we hit it again. Boom, lap time. Nice feature for a watch at this price point. We stop it, reset it. Nicely done. I'm just wondering if we were to bring this out and we play with this, typically, yeah, there we go. Say you can actually adjust your second hand. So if you see that it's off, that's what I was looking at. But that looks even, I don't know, what do you guys think? It's hard when you're looking through the camera. I think we had it right the first time. So let's do it this way. Boom. And that's how you set that. Now, if you click it out once, let's see what happens now. Nothing. It's just activating the stopwatch. Okay. So cool. So now you guys know if your sub-second hand is out of alignment. Sometimes it happens when you change the battery. You know that if you click the crown out twice and press the bottom pusher, you can get that back into alignment. So pretty cool. As you saw, setting the time was pretty easy. You just pull it out twice and there you go. Let's take a look at the point in time where the date changes. You can see it's starting to change, but when does it finally change? Right around 11:55, 56. So very acceptable and very common with watches. So not a problem. And we take a look at the date wheel. We're going to set it to 6 o'clock. That is, always set your watches at least to around the 6 o'clock point. Doesn't matter if it's AM or PM. This way the date wheel is not engaged and you will not, you won't hurt the movement. You won't hurt the date wheel. You won't snap anything. And there we go. We click it out one. And look at that, very responsive. Look at that. A lot of watches that you own, sometimes you have to go around a complete turn. This one is kind of almost like every quarter turn, if not half. So I like that. I like a responsive date wheel. I don't know about you, but very nice. Let's take some measurements of this piece. Accurist written there, 50 meters. Not a diver, so I don't expect it to be anything that I would go diving or swimming. You can go swimming with this, but I definitely wouldn't go, I wouldn't dive with it. I wouldn't put it through any more pressure than just kind of putting your hand in the water, you know. It's got a tachymeter here, done in black on the outer dial. So that's done very nicely, as you can see. And you have some distortion with this crystal. Take a look at that. Mineral crystal. We don't expect sapphire at this price point, right? Even though there are a lot of brands that are giving you sapphire at this price point. But I'm not disappointed. I think this watch gives you other features that I'd rather have, such as this beautifully done dial, and even some of the nice features of this watch. And plus the finishing is done extremely nicely. So I could forgive a watch that doesn't have the sapphire crystal, especially at this price point. So there's your case back, all stainless steel. Again, sometimes when you get watches at this price point, usually a little bit less than this, you get alloy and it's got the plating, and then when you scratch it, you've got the brass looking metal underneath. And so this one is all stainless steel, and you've got the brushing and polishing done in different places here. It's done really nicely. It's mostly brushed and very smooth, by the way. They've done a really good job. You got polishing around the bezel here. All right, you do have a sign crown. You got the coin edge, no crown guard. Here's your pushers, kind of like a, I guess, I don't know what you call it, like a cap over but you can see it's done nicely. I like the watch. I think it looks very nice. I have to admit, I've seen quite a few Accurists and I've been very impressed. And this one here, I love it. I love it, A, because a good friend of mine from the United Kingdom gave it to me, but also because it's just a really well done watch. Like if I were to see this on someone else's wrist, this does not look like a $60 watch. I'm gonna be extremely honest with you. This one definitely looks like it would have costed a couple $100 without a doubt. And that's because of the finishing, the depth of the dial, and just the small little details. I mean, look at that second hand, look at the applied indices. It just, I don't know, to me it just screams quality. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review of the Accurist. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out to Adrian over at Somewhere in Time. Please subscribe to his channel. And always remember that there's always time to be kind to one another. Please take care of each other. And I'll see you guys next time on Average Joe Watch Reviews. God bless, my friends.